I am lucky enough to have a two-car garage in which to pursue my passions, which is primarily motorcycles. But I also work on cars. I like to do woodworking once in a while, and I have to do yard work. And all these different tasks require different tools, lots of times special tools. And I've got to store all of them in this small space. I've got a table saw, chop saw combo cart that I've made. I've got a welding table. I've got a porta bandsaw table. I've got a picture of Will Ferrell. I've got a welding cart. I've got a tubing roller / bender cart that I made. I've got an engine hoist. I've got a hydraulic press, an oxyacetylene torch, a metal working mill lathe combo, big old tool chest, neat little organizing cart for mostly for metal pieces. And despite all the stuff I've already got, I keep getting more stuff. And so every once in a while, I've got to find places to put this stuff. Sometimes I've got to find creative places. And that's the point of today's video. I'm going to show you a couple things that I've done recently. They're creative organizational solutions for the shop.
That is great.
Now I've got a chainsaw that's been kicking around on the floor and wanted to get it up off the floor and neatly organized on the wall. Also on the floor were a couple jack stands, and I want to put them up on the wall as well. And so I had several of these vintage sort of individual metal drawers, and in order to utilize them in the shop, I needed to fabricate like a framework or some shelves that those could sit on. And so we've done that recently. I've also recently, and I put a whole separate video out for this guy, made this cart because I had 3 separate drawer units, and I wanted to combine all of those onto one cart. And so there's a whole separate video on that. I've done that recently. I also had the small red tool chest as well as a machinist tool chest. And I wanted to get this stuff incorporated into my little metal lathe area. And this hasn't revolutionized the shop, but it's these little improvements over time that all of a sudden one day you look around the shop and go, wow, this is a pretty cool shop.
Yes.
And then to make the chainsaw hanger, all right, I want to put together what should be a quick to make but very useful bit of kit for my chainsaw here. I've got some scrap metal I'm going to make it out of. This is some 1/8" plate here, or 1/8" sheet. And I've got a bunch of just 1/2" tubing, just little drops here, little tiny pieces. But it should be good for what we want to do, which is that I want to make a wall hanger here. I need a piece of tubing that comes up off the wall. I can imagine this thing mounted on the wall, and we need another piece of tubing that goes across underneath this handle, and then a small piece of tubing on the end of that. All right, so here's the chainsaw on the wall. It's cool because on the end I've got a little wrench that goes with the chainsaw, and I've zip tied to that the files for the chain, for sharpening the chain. And this just slides on the end here. It hangs like that, no problem. So pretty convenient. And then the chainsaw itself just slides on like that. Neat little hanger. All right, so here's my finished product. There's 2 of them. This is after I painted them. Very simple, great use of some scrap angle iron from a bed. That's all angle iron from the bed frame, and then just this one little piece of flat bar there that's 1/2 inch wide flat bar. And this should work pretty well. I've got 2 holes on here to screw it to the wall. I'm gonna do that and see how this works. There we are. Just a little bit of more organization in the shop, and it makes a huge difference. These were living on the ground. Now they're up off the ground in this sort of unused empty space. And that's perfect. All right, now this lathe stand one is a weird one because it's really specific to me, but it might give you some ideas and some inspiration, and it's always fun to watch people weld and make stuff out of metal. Cut out a bunch of angle iron, the 1-inch angle iron. Moving on to my next project here, and I just have straight cuts on it right now. I want angle cuts on it because I'm going to do, 45s and connect them both together that way to make my little frames. So the speed square is like one of the best tools I have. Like I use this all the time for like every single project I do to fabricate anything. Like I'm always using this speed square. On these sort of tool projects, whatever like this, where I'm making carts or whatever, tools to go on in the shop, like the speed square is like #1 tool. But yeah, it allows me to line up these corners real nice and easy, where I just make sure the speed square goes to the same level as the end of the angle there, and then bam, perfect 45s. All right, I've got this rack, the frame here, tacked up. So now I can at least test fit it onto my final application where it's going to go, and see if we did a good job or not. All right, so I finally got this thing trimmed up to where it will work. I had to break off this end here and trim this end and the other corresponding parallel end on the other side. And now I've got it tacked and it fits up in there perfectly. And now I'm going to go ahead and fully weld up this frame here. All right, so my next step is to add some braces in here. I've got one cut out here so far, and I'm notching the ends off so that it'll fit underneath here, like so, on both sides. Basically something like that will give me more structural support underneath, where I can weld it to this guy underneath and reinforce it, and then weld it across the top here. So I got one brace in the middle. I'm going to put 2 more on each side. It's going to be very strong. All right, I've got the frame all welded up. Now my next step is to put a sheet of metal over the top of it. And now we got our piece of sheet. All right, now very happily I can add all my drawers down in here. There it is. Nothing fancy, but definitely takes advantage of a small sliver of space and utilizes these reclaimed drawers essentially. So awesome. I can put a lot of this stuff down in here now. I've got a few dividers like this I can go stick in however I want. These are all little end mills, small end mills. All right, I also want to cut this bar out, this one in the middle, so that I have this section in the center open, because I have some toolboxes and things that I would like to be able to slide in there. All right, I've just spent a bunch of time grinding down the old welds and everything on this. We've got all kinds of grinding dust all over the shop now. So this is one of them. And this is a machinist cabinet, whatever, tool chest. This is my great uncle's. He was a machinist. And so I've got a bunch of parallels and things like that that are in here. just all kinds of precise bits of metal. All right, so at the moment, this is my solution. I've still got a bunch of organizing to do, putting things where I can find them. So that's where we're at right now. One of my first phases when I first started trying to put this shop together was to make everything as modular as possible. So putting everything on wheels, basically, and then having places for them to roll away to and sort of disappear. Like I've got this shelf here that I'm talking to you from, which is a big pallet rack under which I can roll things, and it also acts as a workbench top. But that was sort of phase one of the shop, trying to make a small space work as much as possible. Phase two, which we're in now, is trying to put functionality into every little recess of the shop. If I've got 6 inches here, what can I put in those 6 inches, you know? So that's what we've begun doing. And I'm sure it will evolve as we go along here. Hopefully this video is interesting or helpful, inspiring maybe. And if you've got some cool, I know there's tons of cool little shop tricks and stuff out there. So send them my way if you got them, because I'm gonna be needing some ideas.